What's up, guys? So we got this Goodman unit here. I had found a leak. I don't know if you can see some of that oil. It is a small leak on this header here for the discharge of stage 2. So we got it disabled, low voltage, so it wouldn't run. We got a coil coming today. It's currently about 37 degrees outside and the heat's running, so it just took a while to get approved. So here we are. We do have some sunshine today, so we'll should warm up a little bit here. I'm fighting a nice icy roof now, so we got a crane coming to get the coil up here safely, and we'll see if there's any refrigerant left in this thing and get her tore apart. Doesn't look like it's gonna be too bad. The coil stops right there, so I don't know that I've ever actually done one of these angled ones, but looks like I ought to be able to pop my lines loose, get everything, screws out, and slide it right out this way. So we'll see what happens. So here we are, guys. You can see I had just a few PSI on this thing. It's pretty much flat. So we got our lines all nice and cleaned up. Filter dryer, condenser coil. Waiting on my help to come with the new condenser coil. Probably gonna have to wait to take these screws out until we get everything unbrazed. I think I'm gonna let him do some brazing today, so we'll see how he does with that. And then this coil ought to slide right out of there. It's just a baby. Doesn't look too bad at all. I need to go down and make sure I've got enough refrigerant. I was looking for the tag on the thing to tell me how much it holds. Well, we'll find that. Like I said, cleanliness is your friend with these things. This will make everything come apart and go back together nice and easy. So I don't have a dryer that small. It's probably an 8 cubic inch if I had to guess, maybe a little smaller. If they don't send one with the coil, which they probably won't, knowing Goodman, we'll get a nice Sporlan. It'll be a little bit bigger dryer, but it'll be all right. All right, guys. Luckily, we didn't get too far with this thing. Leave me a comment and let me know if y'all have dealt with this too. But Goodman's getting ridiculous. This coil has been on back order for, I don't know, 3 or 4 months when I found it. Constantly in contact with Goodman. Oh, it's on back order, it's on back order. Finally, we get a call last week, says, coil's in. So I come out here, set all my shit up, get everything ready to go. Show up at Goodman, no coil. Oh, the coil's never been ordered. What the hell, man? This has been at least 4 or 5 times that Goodman has done the same crap to us. It's getting kind of ridiculous. So, anyways, we're not changing the coil out today, but I'm going to button this thing back up. Probably going to go ahead and put some nitrogen on it so I'm not open to the atmosphere. It is a pinhole leak, so I can probably get away with a couple hundred PSI and maybe it'll last. So I don't know what's going to happen with this thing, but let me know if y'all have dealt with Goodman and had the same issues. So leave a comment, guys. Sorry this didn't go as planned, but maybe one day we'll get a coil in and get this video completed. Hit that subscribe button. We'll see y'all in the next one. What's up, guys? So we're back. You just finished watching the last video. That was 1 week ago. You may have sensed a slight distaste for Goodman. That is completely warranted, in my opinion. But anyways, you got to be ready to deal with that kind of stuff. We're back today. Amazingly, after a month on back order and then not ordering it, in 1 week, they found the coil. So coil's coming this morning. I'm a little more rushed today because I got to, at least with the crane, I got to get rid of the crane by 9 o'clock. So we're going to get this guy tore apart and see what video we can get. Should be pretty simple. I'm not going to go back over it again. All my lines are cleaned up. We're going to get her unbrazed, and hopefully my coil shows up here shortly. Again, like always, like I said before, subscribe. Thank you guys for watching. And we'll see what we can get into here. So it's been a week. I put 150 PSI on it last Thursday. We're sitting at 120. And there's our little tiny leak right there. Probably could have fixed it, but I just figured we'd wait 3 months for a coil. Why not? So get this guy unbrazed and get it out of here. holding. Pressure test, 100 psi. Been holding for about 20 minutes now. Everything bubbled and checked. We're going to get all the bubbles wiped off and hook up our vacuum. I don't have the Core Max fitting, so we're going to use valve core depressor on the suction line here with my big Apion hose, half-inch, and we'll pull the valve cores out of the swivel tee and go from there. We'll probably pull partially through my gauges, and then we'll get our micron gauge hooked up. Shouldn't take too long to pull this thing down. Everything went pretty well, so let's get our vacuum started. So we got our vacuum set up, micron gauge, valve core pulled out of the swivel tee, more depressor on the suction line. It's not the best situation, guys, but it's what I got. So we are pulling through one side of my manifold, and I've got to plug it in first. That usually helps. Open gas valve. We'll let it run for a little while. The gas valve's open until we get down to a reasonable micron level. Then we'll close the valves. Until we start reading something, we may not read anything yet. But coil went in pretty well. Minimal damage from the factory. It did have pressure on it. It concerned me when we first set it in there. Those two oil spots you see were residual oil that was sitting on the coil, I guess. I halfway expected to cut the lines and not have any pressure, but we had pressure, so leak free at this point. Pull a vacuum and then get this thing charged up. Don't know how well we'll be able to start it up today. It's, I don't know, probably about 50 degrees out and the wind's blowing like crazy now. This is a fixed orifice, so with the cold weather it's going to be hard to get any accurate readings, but we'll start it up, make sure it runs, and come back and check come springtime. Alright, so we're just about there, 540 microns. I wasn't gonna hook measure quick up, but it's got about 65 degrees outside or so, so we're gonna let it pull for a little bit longer. What we'll do is isolate right there and just verify that they turn our valve off and just do a decay test. We're holding at 540, so I'm pretty good with that. The system holds 11 pounds, so we'll get the measure quick hooked up and get her charged up and see how she looks. So we did hit our 500 mark. Got my test going. Valves open. Valves closed there. I got my gauge valves closed. We've been sitting for a little while. We've hit 600. That's going to be a good test. I'm going to call that good. Yeah, it's not rising very fast. I know I got a nice tight system here, so get refrigerant ready and then we'll go from there. We got our scale ready, cleared out. We'll go ahead and bleed. The hose has got a vacuum on it. We'll go ahead and dump 11 pounds. See how much she takes to begin with. May have to start her up. Go ahead and take that off there. So we're gonna let her hit 11, we'll kick her on, and I'll bring you guys back to see what Measure Quick says, and probably call this one good. Just side note, I went ahead and while I was waiting for my vacuum, buttoned some of these little things up. Save yourself a dumb service call. Got wire tied up here so it's not rubbing, and another rub out spot right there. I did the same thing on the other compressor, so everything's nice and secured, and I don't have to worry about no stupid rub out and coming back. So all right, so we got our 11 pounds in. Everything looking fairly all right. It's, like I said, it's 65 degrees outside. Not the best time to try to check these things, but superheat's kind of low. Measure Quick's got some red flags, but I've got only one stage running now. I got no load inside. It's a little harder. You can see our compressor here. Probably can't see the other side. I can see the same thing to where it looks like we've been flooding these compressors in the past. I'm going to suspect we got some airflow issues. The superheat's not horrendous. We got some subcooling. 36 degree evaporator. Like I said, I got no load inside. I'm at 70 degrees, 52 wet bulb, so I'm running about that 14 degree temp drop with just a single stage. So we're gonna call this one good, guys. It's not perfect, but it's running and it's gonna operate. So if y'all want to see more like this, hit the subscribe button, leave me a comment. We'll see y'all on the next one.